Shut up and sit down.
Welcome once again to the Shite podcast show. I'm your host, Mark Curtis, joined as always by Ken
Ready.
Yeah.
Yay.
116th episode, Ken.
Yeah.
And it's coming up to Halloween.
Tis.
Is this something that you would you like? Is it a holiday that is something that you're into?
Halloween's my favourite holiday.
Really?
Yeah, Halloween above Christmas.
Or New Year's?
Yeah, no, Halloween all the way.
I think Christmas is very much overrated.
Christmas is overrated. Easter's overrated. Fucking New Year's is overrated.
I don't think it's over. I think Easter is it's a alright amount. It's exactly what it is. People
but take the chocolate out of Easter and it's crap.
Yeah, exactly. But people don't over celebrate. You don't see there's giant ad campaigns 3 months before Easter. It's kind of it appears Easter eggs gone. It's
not when you work in retail.
Oh really? Yeah, you're on the front line of this shit. I drove by a furniture store. I think it was a hardware store, and they had Christmas decorations up already.
Yeah, we haven't got them yet, but we'll get Easter eggs now pretty soon.
Pretty soon, fuck's sake.
Yeah, before Christmas, we'll get Easter eggs.
What is there a reason why you need Easter eggs? Not
that I know of.
They don't go off. They've
got I don't know, a year on them or something, 6 months.
That's insane that they're already there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Christmas sweets, they come in just after Easter.
Oh really? Yeah. And it's just left there in the warehouse.
You just sit in the warehouse until it gets closer to Halloween, then you put them out near Halloween.
I guess in terms of for Christmas, any transport industry is already quite stretched as is. So
it's probably something to do with supply.
Yeah, so getting in there before the holiday rush. But in terms of Easter, you'd imagine that Easter there isn't a giant sale of anything. So transport industry isn't as stressed.
The amount of people though that will come into a shop on Easter Sunday and be like, "You've no Easter eggs." Yeah,
that's very true. But
or some people come in Easter Monday and they'll be like, "Do you have any discounted Easter eggs?"
Yeah. No. Well, I do kind of look at Easter eggs a few days later and they're still on sale. I'm like, if they're any cheaper, I'm going for it.
It's usually the crappy ones though.
Yeah, but once they're a reasonable price. Yeah, but Halloween, I think Halloween was it was a lot better in my early 20s, I think.
Oh, it's definitely better when you're younger, but yeah, it's my favourite holiday.
Yeah, is it? Do you do anything for Halloween? Do you dress up or do you watch horror movies?
Sometimes I dress up maybe in work or whatever, but
yeah,
usually just watch horror movies.
I normally do dress up. This is because we're just gone off our bank holiday weekend, so this last weekend was the weekend to dress up. If you were dressing up, if it falls midweek, it kind of it's a head toss whether.
Do I go to work or do I dress up?
No, do you dress up on the bank holiday
or you dress up the weekend after?
Yeah. So, I always used to go after Halloween. Then absolutely no one.
You used to dress up after Halloween?
Yeah.
So you'd be the only one?
No, me and my friends would go and we dressed up and we went to this pub and we were literally the only ones there. But then last year I remember dressing up and same thing happened on the bank holiday, on the Saturday, on the night where everybody wants it. Now we were talking about this a little bit off air, and we were saying that there is actually trying to be a petition that people want
to change it,
to the last Saturday,
Saturday of October.
So
it's got something like 200,000 signatures. Or something.
So this isn't obviously an official campaign.
Yeah, it's a proper thing. I think you need 100,000 signatures in a country for a government to consider doing it.
Yeah, so so it's got
It's got 200,000.
Jesus, so that could be debated.
People are saying because it's dangerous for kids and stuff, but you're changing it the day of it. If it falls on a Thursday or it falls on a Saturday, it's equally as dangerous for kids.
When you're a kid, you get the week off anyway.
Yeah, you get the week off school, so what's the problem?
Yeah, you can do it.
People are parents aren't around to bring their kids trick-or-treating. So then what the fuck is your kid doing for the week that it's off school?
Well, yeah, exactly. Well,
where is your kid?
I think no matter what, generally it happens after 6 o'clock anyway. Kids go trick or treating.
Yeah.
So most parents are home from work, or at least one of them will be home.
Yeah, one parent will be home. Like, so what's the issue? Like?
Yeah, exactly. And usually, like, I don't see a lot of random kids wandering around. When we were younger.
Oh, when we were younger, like I remember, like you used to just get dumped at the end of the road, and
yeah,
your dad would be like, walk back to your nanny's house.
Well,
Bye.
you used to go around like groups of kids, so
Yeah, it'd
there's
be like-
safety of numbers. You
Yeah.
just have to outrun one person.
Yeah, one kid gets taken.
Yeah, exactly.
9 survive.
It's a numbers game. Teach your kid to be quick.
Teach a kid be quick.
So yeah, I think it'd be more for like the over 18s, because I think it's more for social pressure of which day to dress up. Because at least then if it was every Saturday,
Like, it's definitely not a thing where people are concerned about their kids.
no, it's definitely
It's
for
100% for when can we go on the piss.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll think like, oh, then every place will give the Saturday off.
Yeah.
Whereas some people would work the Saturday, which would just go to a bank holiday Monday anyway.
Yeah, it just, like it's
people
ridiculous.
who work
idea.
Saturdays or Sundays will still have to. They'd probably just get the Monday would be their.
Yeah, it'd just be a bank holiday. Like, bank holiday weekend will just be changed.
Yeah, no one would actually happen to like the help in terms of for make anyone's life easier.
Yeah, because like if you were that concerned about, like, they're saying kids get knocked down more on Halloween and stuff, that's because there's more of them about the
Well,
place.
I have a very controversial issue. It's not to do with kids getting knocked down, but human beings generally needs to be knocked down more.
Need to be knocked down more.
Yeah, honest to God, people are not afraid of being knocked down.
People are stupid.
I've like several times in space of 5 minutes, one old couple ran across the road to the side of the road I was driving on, and then got to my side and started walking. I was the only car on that road, so they put themselves into danger and then slowed down. That's asking to be hit, and then another person with a fucking camera
So
looking the completely other way,
Maybe they were playing Pokemon Go.
looking the fucking other way. When he was on his car, so if there was more stories of people getting knocked down, people would look left and fucking right.
I don't think they would. Like, where I live, like in Edenderry, there's like literally every, I'd say, 20 metres there's a fucking pedestrian crossing,
Yeah,
and nobody uses them. They cross in between the pedestrian crossings.
yeah. I remember when I used to see this a lot more when I was younger days. So I don't know if we're getting better or worse. But people having conversations on the middle of the road, like
you're just standing there
with traffic, like as if there wasn't, like
Yeah, like
people trying to get by, or you know,
fucking
chance you
move.
get knocked down. So that's what I mean. Is more and more people
need to get knocked down,
just to send a message to the rest of them, like look left and right.
or like kill one and the rest will follow. Like, they'll know.
People who know that there's dangerous there. There was actually we're getting really off topic, but there was this road structure idea. It was tried out in the UK, and a guy in a wheelchair got knocked over and killed, so they abandoned it. And they take away the pavements, and they take away the lights. They take away everything, so traffic and pedestrians have to mix together.
That's a terrible idea.
And it's because junctions have to, because people are, when you're going into this junction, because it's like, let's say there's 4 exits, so there's like a T junction, but some of the junctions you have to turn off to the side.
Yeah.
So it's not like a traditional T junction, it's kind of angled. And pedestrians have to navigate them around to 5 different spots. So it's kind of a weird layout anyway. But by taking away all the road infrastructure that separates pedestrians and drivers, as well as separates navigating drivers from each other, everyone comes into that junction more aware, more alert, and people tend to navigate themselves naturally around.
Except the guy in the wheelchair.
Except the guy in the wheelchair got knocked down. Blind people also would find it a fucking nightmare as well.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
If we're blind people. Anyway, after that person in a wheelchair died,
they put the footpath back in.
The family sued, said if it wasn't for this retarded idea. But I thought there was some bit of merit to it. I think, like, if you increase danger into something,
It's like
it sharpens the mind.
It's like when you drive in a foreign country. Like, do you ever see
Yeah.
Like, it's just insane. Like, you ever see those videos of people driving in India?
Oh yeah, when I was in Bali, people drove on the footpaths.
Like, the fuck is going on there?
Yeah, they have no road infrastructure whatsoever.
A guy, I used to work with an Indian guy. He told me the only rule for driving around India is that the bigger car has the right of way.
Oh, really? Because they drive on both sides of the road.
Yeah.
They don't pick left
He
or
said
right.
like if a truck is coming and you're driving a car and there's a truck coming, you stop for the truck like.
Oh, right.
But if it's two cars, like
Okay,
it's
so
yeah.
you have to navigate yourself around.
See what happens.
Yeah, he's been driving bigger things. He goes, hey, mine's clearly bigger than yours.
Yeah.
Let's get back on Halloween. It is the season, all that.
Yeah.
You're telling us about a story about a haunted house. This is in the United States.
Yeah, in a place called Summertown in Tennessee. So there's like a 20 grand prize for anybody who finishes the thing. You have to sign a 40-page waiver, do a physical with a doctor, and get a background check before you can do it. Nobody is supposed to have made it as far as the front door. The guy who runs it, he claims that it's all hypnosis and mind games, but he has a fucking trailer for it where his like actors are like whipping people and stuff. So I don't know where he's coming.
Oh,
from.
so like this isn't this one of these. I thought this when you first told me about the story. I thought this was gonna be like some bullshit story where this house was haunted by some spiritual ghost or some.
No, it's like a pharmaphobia kind of thing. Like, and just they beat the shit out of you. And the admission for it is a bag of food big enough to feed his 5 dogs.
What? You have to feed.
That's the admission. Like, you have to buy his 5 dogs a bag of food.
Bag of food.
Yeah, and then you can go in and do this thing. But like,
and how far has people got again?
Nobody's got to the front door. Like, obviously there's like a path up towards it.
Yeah.
And like people are jumping out and whipping you. And like in the trailer video, there's like a guy. He has this woman like tied down in a coffin.
Yeah.
And he's like pouring fake blood. Well, I don't know if it's fake blood or pig's blood or what it is over, and like she's just freaking out. And there's a guy stuck in these shackles, and he's sticking his fingers down his neck, making him get sick and stuff. It's just like fucked.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
So like, do you have to go through all these like torture techniques for the 24 hours? Is it?
Yeah, I think you have to spend 24 hours or something in it.
All right.
And like when you walk up to the front door, you hit a clock and the clock starts.
Yeah, because like there's loads of kind of buildings around Ireland that people say are haunted or like.
Yeah, like Loftus Hall. Have you ever gone to Loftus Hall?
No.
That's really good. Like, it's apparently the devil is there and he played cards and stuff. But to have like a little show, like to find people that are jumpy and scare the shit out of them for it.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of these are bullshit, and like even the pharmaphobia things or those haunted house.
Yeah, like,
I don't find them scary because first I'm paying into this factory.
You should do it though.
To be scared. So I already know in my head that everything in there is fake. Plus, there's a load of signs saying "Do not hit the staff." All these people are in costume.
It's like
so. There's
it is good though.
Like I'd rather
you do get like before you enter each room, like you do get kind of like nervous about it though.
I've been in these things that I don't.
It do like
like I get kind of sometimes people jump out and go and you go oh god, but then like. You could do that in literally any situation to me. If you jump at me and go rah enough times, eventually I'm gonna be like. What?
The year that I did it, like there was like a cornfield at the end, and you walk through the cornfield, and there's like these creepy little fucking women standing in the middle of it, just staring at you and stuff.
I'm more admiring the makeup when I see that. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
But like when you get to about halfway through it, you can start smelling petrol, and then you can hear a guy with a chainsaw, and then this guy comes out of the cornfield with a fucking chainsaw. And he chases you probably the last maybe 300-400 meters of the cornfield, like. And it's a real chainsaw. They've taken the chain off it, but like it's a real chainsaw.
Yeah, I see. Like once again, I see these things. And I'm like, that's an actor.
I'd like to bring you to it.
All right.
I think we should do it.
I wouldn't be like.
We should do it and see what happens.
I'd love to do a high. I think that'd be the only reasons, like where like or else drunk, but like then. But somewhere where like you're not really thinking logically, yeah, because you just you pay into this thing.
I know, like I'm usually fairly logical thinking, like, and it wasn't good.
Yeah, I just couldn't. Yeah,
like I don't know if I'd do it again, kind of thing. Like it was maybe a once in a lifetime thing.
But were you one of the sort of people that if someone said, "Oh, stay in this haunted house"?
Yeah, I'd probably be like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Cool, I'll give you this money, but like. All this weird shit has happened here.
Oh, like if weird shit starts happening when I'm there, I'm gone.
Yeah.
But like if I'm there and like if weird shit starts happening, I'll try and investigate, see What the fuck's
That's
going
how
on
they
there?
die. Yeah, I mean,
Have you ever watched a horror movie?
Never investigate.
Never investigate nothing.
Presume it's a poltergeist. Get the fuck out of here.
Just fucking leave.
I always said like if it was for enough money, I'd definitely do it. But like,
How much is enough money?
10 grand.
10 grand. Jesus.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
it's a lot of money.
Exactly. I'd probably do it for 100.
What do you do on Halloween? Yeah, maybe. But like, even setting up there, if people say this is haunted, there's probably gonna be stuff set up to make you feel like it's
Yeah, like it's haunted.
yeah. So I don't. Yeah, I'd love to do a podcast from there.
Yeah, like do a live podcast for it. Do a podcast for Pharmaphobia.
Not pharmaphobia. What's the devil's poker thing?
Oh, Loftus Hall.
Yeah, we'll have poker night there.
He'd
Should I
probably, you'll probably contact him. He'd probably let you do it.
Yeah,
you
should I
get them
talk
as, like-
poker night?
Because they do like paranormal activity nights and stuff,
Yeah,
where it's broadcast on Facebook and shit.
that'd be pretty cool actually.
Hmm.
We'd live stream a poker game.
Yeah. The devil appears. What happens then, Mark? What the fuck
I
happens
would pay a
then?
guy to get into a Red Devil's costume.
The devil arrives, starts sticking his poker up your arse.
What
Fuck them.
we'll do, we'll leave a set of cards, a spare table, like
He could do his own thing.
yeah, he can
He
have
can play
his,
solitaire.
Yeah. Well, no, we'll set like his 2 cards there. He can deal himself in. If he's such a fan of card games, he go off and play this in years.
Yeah, it'd be fine. It'd be great.
I needed to practice a few of the hands. But
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I don't think I'd be one for like scaring easily.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think if I was in a haunted house,
But you not like kind of let yourself get into the the kind of mood for it, like the. Or would you not be like, oh fuck it, this would be more fun if I kind of like just
play along. I'm
not
scared.
play along, but like get into it, like.
I don't think I can get into it because then you're like, even if I don't know, it's like pretend something's funny when it's not funny.
You know, like
You can go
like, do you watch horror movies?
not a lot. No.
No, like horror movies are always better when you kind of invest yourself in them a little bit.
You let yourself get scared.
Yeah.
The only way is when I can actually physically see myself in that
In a
situation. Then I'm kind of mostly attached to it. And like it's pharmaphobia.
You can't get much more in it, Mark.
I don't know. I think I'd be worse in a haunted house, and I don't even believe in ghosts. I think the fact that like stuff would start playing in your head a bit more. The fact that there's people there in costumes. Like I know there's no such things as zombies.
Yeah.
So a guy dressed as a zombie won't fucking scare me. I know they're not gonna let escape convict.
They're usually like dressed like clowns and fucking creepy shit.
Yeah, well, that's the way only thing that clowns can get gigs anymore. They've been absolutely made jobless because of like modern movies right now. Like they have not had a good couple of years with the Joker and It
they
movies.
haven't had a good run.
No, like I'm pretty sure like there's like I don't think there's a kid that goes up, but clown colleges now had to scare people.
Yeah, our clown college is definitely that's gone. That's
Yeah, you were actually saying that.
your man Wrinkles is the clown. That guy.
Yeah, Wrinkles Clown, so you can actually pay.
Yeah, you pay this
It
dude.
is in the US.
Yeah,
now.
it's in Florida. You pay him and he like scares your bold children.
So like, well, you're saying isn't that like he'll stand outside their bedroom?
Yeah, like
so like, talk about mentally scaring your kids.
Yeah, you
for
pay
life.
him, like you pay him for I don't know whatever his fucking fee is, like how long you get him for, but like he'll stalk your kid. He'll stand outside the kid's school. He'll stand outside like your house.
What? He's
Yeah.
not outside their school. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
like,
he'll get arrested.
He'll stand outside the kid's bedroom at
You're gonna
night
have to.
staring in.
First of all, you're gonna have to clear this with the school. Imagine.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna have to tell the school about it.
Imagine
But like,
you-
what school's gonna be okay with that? So I'm gonna scare the
None.
shit out of my kid.
It's like I'm playing a long prank on my kid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this
You're
clown
gonna
to stand
stalk
outside
him.
school. So there's going to be this weird guy dressed as a clown standing outside school. Don't call the police. It's completely. What do you mean you're calling child services?
His name is Wrinkles. It's fine.
What do you mean you're going to have to investigate? This is a normal thing that any parent does to their kids.
There's a documentary about him on I think it's on not Netflix, on YouTube.
Yeah.
just like Wrinkles the Clown, I think it's called. And
is it like a hire me video? Like
I don't know if it's a hire me video or if somebody just made like a documentary. He started off as like he was like an urban legend, like a myth, and then some guy, your man's retired, and he just decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do this.
I guess like if you are like
you can pay him to ruin your kid's birthday party. Like if your kid is spoilt, you can pay him. He'll come in like and he'll stick your kid's face in their fucking cake like when they're supposed to be blowing out their candles.
I can see that bit being more plausible than here. I'm gonna pay a guy that I don't actually know.
Yeah, I don't know him. Like he's gonna stand outside the
follow
window.
my kid around while I am not there. He's gonna follow him home from fucking school.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let this kid know about every location where my kid is. And I'm gonna
really
trust
weird.
that no weird shit's gonna happen to him other than he's gonna be mentally scared that he thinks they're fucking killer clown. Like I thought it was weird enough when he said like, oh, you pay him to stand outside your kid's bedroom door, or stand outside in the back garden so your kid looks out the window and sees a fucking clown.
Like,
which
just
freaked me out.
Of him. Like
freaked me out. But like a kid, I'm pretty sure that kid will have to go to fucking therapy.
Maybe he has like an age limit. Maybe he doesn't do kids under, I don't know, it's 12 or something.
Under 12, yeah. But like in America, that's a risky business. Like 13-year-old can probably carry a gun. I know.
Yeah, true.
Mom, there's a guy in my garden. No, I'm trying to scare you.
Don't shoot the clown.
Don't shoot the clown. But like, I think you'd have to be a very sick parent. Like, if I was a teacher,
like he's probably
or principal of a school, and he is like, hi. If someone rang up and was like, I'm gonna be paying a clown to follow my kid around, and be like, what?
Like
you retarded. I don't know. We probably can't say the word retarded, but I'm pretty sure that's
we can bleep it. We'll bleep it.
If we could say retarded, that's a perfect description of an act somebody would do.
But like he's probably a granddad. Like he's a retired man.
It does make better.
Yeah, but like he's probably a granddad, so like he's probably looking at his grandkids going, you know what, I'm gonna show up outside your window in a fucking clown suit.
It'd be different. Like it'd be different if you was your uncle or like if you was related to it. But this is a stranger.
Like my dad once, my little cousin, like years ago, she was about 2. And she was in our spare room, and my dad just happened to be outside, like getting turf, and looked in the window at her, and she fucking freaked out.
Yeah,
and like
he wasn't probably in the costume.
And, yeah, like he was just outside, like in a jacket, and she had like this thing about she was going on about the man at the window for fucking years. Like, and it was
imagine the clown at the window.
Like she went on about that for years, and that's her uncle. Like.
When I was a kid, I had a bad dream that Edward Scissorhands was trying to kill me. And for years, like all the way through secondary school, the most scariest movie that like I've ever watched was Edward Scissorhands. So imagine if you paid a clown to follow your 6-year-old. The mental scars that fucking poor kid would have.
And then the kid grows up and there's a fucking It movie out in the cinema.
That kid went to bed for like years. There's no parent.
That kid's going straight from nappies to adult diapers.
I don't think you could ever justify like paying a clown to follow your kid around.
Maybe if you tried, you could probably come up with a reason why it'd be a good idea.
I just think it's a really bad business. I think you're probably get arrested. If you're a parent, your kids probably deserve to be taken off you.
Imagine going for a mortgage. So what's your business plan? So I dress as a clown and I scare children.
So I'm just a clown. But clown business has been hit a lot by horror movies. That's where I got you. I'm getting paid to follow kids around.
Checkmate.
What do you mean you're calling the police? What other Halloween stories other than a priest going to prison? Was it?
A priest going to prison?
Or
a clown? A priest going
They don't even go to prison.
So this mother in the UK, she had like a baby monitor, but it was like a CCTV camera rather than like one of those little audio things.
Yeah.
And she looked at it before she went to bed, and she seen like a ghost baby lying in the cot with her little kid.
Yeah.
And she sat. I don't know why she didn't go in to check. She sat up all night staring at the fucking thing, and she didn't sleep. Right, and she was terrified. And the next day, then when it got bright and stuff, she went into the room to see if she could see like was the kid okay or what the fuck was going on. And it just turned out that her husband had left the wrapping on the mattress protector, and there's a picture of a baby on the label, like, and that's what she's seen on the monitor and thought it was a fucking ghost.
Yeah, but like you just said, like who like sees a ghost or sees anything with their kid and goes, I'm not gonna wake up my husband.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here
and just
stare at
this monitor here until this ghost disappears. As until the next day when it's bright that she gets and tries to investigate it.
Yeah, it's probably the same kind of person who hires a clown to follow their kid around.
Same family.
Same family. Wait till Uncle Bob hears about this.
But like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think it'd be weird. Like, imagine if you're her husband and
she tells you the next morning. I sat up all night staring at this fucking.
Yeah, like you're going to bed. Like she's looking at him on her. You're like, fuck, I don't care, whatever she wants to do. You wake up in the middle of the night. She's still staring at the monitor. You're like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just making sure her baby's all right. By the way, there's a ghost in there with her.
Yeah, like why not wake him up?
That'd be the first thing any Irish mother would do.
Yeah,
be like, go in there and check him.
Yeah, you get killed by the ghost. Like, yeah, why not wake him up and see what the crack, or just go in, be like, there's no such thing as ghosts, and go into the fucking room.
I don't think people are logical like that. Like they go, oh wait, there's no such thing as ghosts. This has.
She goes, oh yeah, there's a ghost in the crib of my baby.
Yeah, when you first told me about this story, I thought it was like a packet of crisps. I was like, who's eating a packet of crisps over their baby? like, what crisps have babies on the packets? Try our cheesy babies.
Cheese, like where are they called? Pom bears.
Yeah.
Like just pom babies or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Or monster babies.
Baby munch.
Baby crackers. And some parents was eating them over while looking at their baby going, no bin around. I'll just throw this packet of crisps into
the crib. See what happens. Baby lighter suffocate.
I also thought it was quite funny where I seen this on Twitter. I don't know who said it. It was just like somewhere there's a white person dressing in a costume that's gonna fuck up the rest of their career when they get older, which I think is quite true.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
Because what's your man, the Canadian Prime Minister? He's
oh yeah, he got in trouble for like, didn't he do something in the 80s? Like he wore blackface in the 80s or something.
Yeah, I think he wore blackface. I think he was dressed up as a character though.
Yeah,
which I think is okay.
But like, didn't Donald Glover, didn't he play a white guy recently? Like, and he wore like white makeup chicks. And stuff. Yeah, white chicks.
Like people play like different things.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe
just because we're white dudes, I don't get it.
Yeah, maybe we just think it's okay. There's like some, but like I've talked to like black people and colored people and Asian people, and they're like, they wouldn't care if they're like a person dressed up as.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah, like if you're dressed up, it's different. If you like one of those racist.
Yeah, like it's not a racist thing that you're doing, like you said, like
clear character. But like if you did dress up as a stereotypical Asian man back from like the late 80s films.
Yeah, like yeah.
Like with goof teeth and like a thin long mustache, and I can see how that would kind be racist.
Offensive, yeah.
But like if you dressed up as Bruce Lee.
For a Halloween party.
I wouldn't call that a racist.
Yeah, it's not really a racist thing.
No, because he's not a stereotype. He's an iconic figure.
Yeah, he was a dude.
Yeah. So, is there any other Halloween stories before we move on?
The only other thing I have is there's the French researcher that came up with a mobile phone cover that feels like skin and reacts to being pinched.
Like, what does it do to react when it gets pinched?
I don't know.
There's a scream.
I don't know, that's all I have. And there's like a little video of it, and there's just like a girl holding the thing, and she's like pulling, like the skin comes out, but like if you pull your skin, like it comes out like a couple of centimeters. Like the skin actually moves like that, and
it'd be pretty cool for like prosthetic limbs to get like skin. But in terms of my phone cover,
yeah, like who wants their phone to feel like skin?
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe like you like if you buy this phone cover, I think there's something wrong with it. You should probably be investigated by the police.
Yeah.
Definitely be on like a CIA list.
Who created it? Like the people that created it, like what? There's a French developer and an English developer.
But in terms of it being a useful tool of having this very realistic skin-like texture, that's important for like prosthetics, not as a fucking phone cover.
Yeah, like I don't know, it's weird. Cover your books in it maybe in a few years as well.
Yeah, if there's a kid coming to school
with
skin cover books, I'm calling the police. I'm a teacher. I'm at least having them tested. I'm like,
that's just Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Remember that? Wasn't there a book in Harry Potter that had human skin on it?
Yeah. Well, I think they don't have a human skin, but it could talk.
It had skin on it and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's Harry Potter. Should we talk about Kanye West?
Yeah, let's go with Kanye West.
So, I think it's all over like social media, all over the news that Kanye West is turned Christian, or at least now.
He released a new album recently as well, didn't he? Like the other day?
Jesus is the King. Have you listened to any of his new tracks?
No.
It's basically Kanye West, but add Christianity. It's basically like it's a shitter version of Kanye West music, because I'm not really into hip hop, but I do like a lot of Kanye West songs, even though I don't like Kanye West as a person. So that like for me to get over the fact that I don't like that person, but I can still objectively say, you know, their music's still good.
Yeah,
that takes a lot. But like his new Christian stuff, it's shit. It's really, really bad.
Like I've only ever heard like one Kanye West song from like years ago. I don't really listen to rap at all.
Yeah, hip hop I think is, but like his music is objective. But like over the last few years, he has got weirder and weirder. Like
he's. But I think is he like
my favorite line from Kanye West has to be. It was like at some awards show. I think it was back in 2018. He comes out. I know it's obvious. I'm going to run for president in the 2020 election. It's like, that's not obvious, Kanye. No one was thinking that you're going to come out and declare that you're going to run for president. that's not what obvious means.
But like, I think part of it is being done for publicity.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, that's what. You remember when like Britney Spears shaved off her hair?
Yeah, like it's just
and
like
Britney was back then.
Yeah.
This I always thought he was like,
because wasn't he like bankrupt or something? Didn't he go bankrupt?
I don't know if he went bankrupt, but like he's married to the Kardashians, which are worth a fucking fortune.
Don't get me started on them.
We won't get into how bad the Kardashian is right now. Don't worry. But like they were a good bit of money, and plus it elevates his character. Cause I think he's only recently appeared on their show. He didn't appear before, and now.
Yeah, doesn't he get paid like $1 million an episode or something?
Yeah, exactly. So like in terms of like aligning yourself with. Enough money and enough people to keep you in the public eye. He's kind of done that quite smartly. The Christian thing really has brought him back. He's big, like he was big talk, like everywhere was talking about. But the Christian stuff's getting weird now because, okay, the album, whatever about the album, Jesus is King. Like he could have done that, and that would have been enough. It was a shit album, but people would have got people talking about it. Then he comes back with a hip hop album next time, and. Because of the controversy,
blows everybody away.
He's still kind of in the public eye. Like this just keeps his name circulating, which is kind of important. But he's come out with some weird ass statements that, like, if you're trying to get yourself publicity, this would be a really bad thing. So one of the stories that are circulating about him is that apparently on some talk show in the United or radio show on the United States, he was blaming the Democrats and forcing black people into having abortions. So this kind of goes with his new kind of look of lining himself with the Republican Party and his Christianity beliefs. So he's against abortion, and without any proof of how the Democrats are forcing black people to have into abortion.
You just said it.
He goes, yeah, he's just saying like I think he just one made a stance on abortion is bad, but you said he went one step further.
Yeah,
his new album.
Apparently, on the new album, anybody who wasn't married wasn't allowed to have sex while they were working on the album.
Like, how does he monitor that?
I think they have to sign a contract.
Oh, really? Mm. But like, you could sign that contract. Yeah, whatever.
But like, I don't know how you would check.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how do you check that? unmarried guy over there hasn't had sex with his girlfriend.
I have no idea. Like,
they also weren't allowed to work on other projects.
All right. Well,
like you know, like the producer couldn't be producing Kanye West's album and somebody else's album at the same time.
Yeah, have Ria in the...
Yeah, had to be just working on...
So
like, I can kind of understand that. Like,
I can understand that. Like, you want
everybody
time.
focused on
exactly.
what you're doing.
You have enough money to have a producer full time and just work on this album. Yeah, but it seems like a weird move for anybody. But like, I just
you're lost for words.
I'm lost for words. Like, why you would make people sign a contract and like, oh, if you're not married, why not just get all married people on the album? So like,
because that's like discrimination.
Surely there's some form of discrimination that you can't get right when you're not married.
Not really, because that's like keeping his religious beliefs.
All right. I love how like that's not discrimination because of religion, rather than like.
Oh yeah, like.
I can only hire. I'll hire unmarried people, but they can't like.
They can't have sex.
Break my beliefs.
Yeah, like I don't know how you would enforce it.
Yeah,
but then I don't know if that's true or not. That's just something I read on the internet.
Yeah, in fairness, we haven't done the back research. But I've listened to his music. It's really weird. It's just auto-tuned, and then there's like some rap part. I don't know who sings on it with him, but yeah, he's just gone weird. It could turn around as like the best publicity stunt ever made.
And like, did you listen to the whole album or
no? I just listened to one song. Listen to the title track, "Jesus is the King," and yeah, he just goes off on it, and he starts. Yeah, I didn't listen to it properly, like to understand, like to break down some of the lyrics or to break down a few of the melodies. But there isn't even a great beat to it.
It could be something that grows in you, though.
I don't know.
You know, like those kind of albums that first time you listen to it, you're like, oh, I fucking hate this. And you listen to it like 3 times and you're like, you know what? It's actually alright.
I don't think it would.
Like, I don't know. I'd
be very surprised. Shit stories.
Shit stories.
It's what I have for our next talking about. Now we've covered quite a disgusting topics in our last show, but like apparently you found more stories to do itself.
Yeah. So there was a guy in Australia called Andrew Douglas McIntosh. Yeah. Right. Bear in mind now during this story that this guy is 64 years old. And he is a quality care manager at a retirement village, right?
So he's
he's an old enough.
He looks after people
he looks after old people that are retired.
He's an old person working in an old person's home.
Yeah.
It just kind of sounds like he wants a free retirement place. He's like, his family couldn't afford.
Just get a job there, you'll get it for free.
Yeah, exactly. We're not paying for this. You have to go work there for free.
So he had to recently resign his position.
Yeah.
Because he was photographed. Somebody has been shitting on this guy's doorstep for like 30 days over the last year. Not Andrew Douglas McIntosh. He's the one been doing the shitting.
Yeah.
So like he got caught on camera shitting on some guy's doorstep.
That's pretty disgusting. But like I wonder like. This went on for 30 days. So the first time you see someone
over the space of a year, like so it went on over a year.
Oh right, so that would happen every day. Like,
yeah, like he got caught because he there was like some sort of method to it. Like I don't know what the method was, but that's how he got caught. Like he
shits are the exact same size.
Yeah, but you know, like he maybe done it on like the 3rd Thursday of every month or something. Like he done it the same day, same time.
That would be very good if he did that. He's also quite a bit of a poet.
Yeah, so the guy whose house it was, he set up a camera and there's a photo like going around the internet of it's really funny because they have his ass pixelated, but you can see his face.
But like the thing is, like, would you why like take the shit in public? Because surely that takes a longer process. Surely it'd be like easier to shit into something
and put it there. Well, I think he used to do it when he was out for a jog. They actually, like, his nickname in the Australian media is the poo jogger.
Oh, so he's out for a run.
He's out for a run and he's shitting on this guy's doorstep.
Yeah, at the same point, every now and again, he feels like, oh, I need to take a shit. I don't like that neighbour.
I'm going to shit here.
And he's shit on his front door.
Yeah.
Was there any reasoning behind this? Was there?
No, the guy doesn't even know him.
That's so weird.
Yeah, like, and the dude's 64. He's 64 years old.
I'm just going to take a dump here. It's
like imagine the shit that his kids are getting. Like his kids are probably like in their 40s, like working somewhere, and somebody's got your dad's in the paper after shitting on some guy's fucking doorstep.
But like, old people can get away with so much more as you get older. But I don't think I don't think even 60s are enough to say.
Yeah,
like,
no, I think you have to be in your 80s to get away with shitting.
Yeah, like I remember. Oh, I think it was you who said like there's
a guy who shit on the floor in work one day.
Yeah. Well,
I think Dara had a story about a woman shitting in his shop as well.
Yeah, there's like just people randomly shitting places.
Yeah.
Apparently it's a lot more common than we once
saw.
Yeah,
like Dara's one was disgusting. Like she was like every 6 feet or something. She was like pushing shit over her leg. And then went back to have a look at it.
Let's just, for safety reasons, let's just not mention where Dara or you work. Because there is stuff called liable, so let's just leave that.
We won't mention where it is.
Where it is or where anybody works. But yeah, the story was the way Dara said it, she just like continue walking as if she wasn't shitting all over the floor.
Yeah.
It was fucking weird as fuck.
There's a video. Did you ever see the video on YouTube of the woman? She walks into the shop and she checks around. She's in like the milk aisle. She looks around. She pulls down her tights and she does her shit. And she just stands up like and looks at it and walks off.
But like in a like supermarket, you're being videoed everywhere.
You're being videoed since the second you walk in the door.
Yeah, and there's not a blind spot. So it's just because no one can see you,
like
there's a person probably in a room staring at you taking that.
Yeah,
shit.
Like usually there's a security guard watching the cameras. Like
yeah. It's a fucking...
And you're there taking a shit.
People really have no shame. There is another story we were talking about.
Yeah.
This was happening in the Soccer World Cup now.
Yeah, in the World Cup.
And football was meant to come home, but then it didn't come home.
Yeah, so after England got knocked out.
By Croatia.
These two guys, they're both 22, Toby Clark and Bobby Clifford. They were on a train back from...
Allegedly. Yeah.
But no, they've been convicted. No, definitely.
Okay.
So they're on a train on the way back from wherever the fuck they were watching the match, and
Russia.
They were also.
This happened actually.
It happened in England.
Oh, okay, that's slightly. Well, it isn't better, but like makes it a lot safer for them.
Oh yeah, it's a lot safer for them. Like, but they're on the train, and there's this woman returning from like a family member's funeral. She's obviously fairly upset. And she asked them to be quiet. Like they were obviously like cursing and probably a bit drunk, acting the bollocks. And she asked them to be quiet. So your man Clark gets really annoyed with her, and he obviously stopped at the chipper before he went. So he has a snack box. So I'm presuming that he ate it, and it was an empty box.
Yeah.
But he shit in the box and he fucked it at her.
Like surely see the guy squatting into a bag and you're like, oh, this guy, I'm actually
this guy's shitting in a box.
Maybe was it on a bus or was it on a train?
Train.
No, the train you can change platforms. Have I seen a guy?
But maybe he went to like it was actually on the train, so maybe he went actually into the toilet.
Oh yeah.
Shit in his box and came back out.
That would make more sense. The guy drops trout, I'll be like, and starts shitting. I'll be like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, like he got a 6-month suspended sentence and he had to pay her €1,700.
€1,700 it's not a lot considering a soft tissue damage in Ireland gets you like 30 grand.
Yeah.
Like for someone, if someone showed me like shit at me, I'd be looking for at least like 5 grand.
For getting shit thrown at you.
Yeah.
Like, imagine what was going through his head. Like this woman asked me to be quiet, so I'm going to throw a box of shit at her.
Have you ever seen English people on holidays?
Yeah, they have like programs on Sky, don't they?
Yeah, this is why like Brexit mightn't be a worst thing. Like if they have,
we should have a little disclaimer here that says like not all English people are like that.
When they're on holidays, I don't know, but the majority of English people.
Remember libel, Mark. Libel.
No, because like what we're doing is we're making it broad. So,
so we're being racist.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. If it's broad enough, like we're not saying all English people, we're saying it's a majority.
We're saying some
on holidays,
particularly under a certain age.
Yeah, are quite annoying, and this is why Brexit won't be the worst thing if they have to actually get a visa to go in to Spain. That would be actually brilliant. Then we can like screen check the fucking really annoying ones.
Yeah, keep the really annoying ones at home.
And the nice ones are like,
yeah, let the sound ones in.
I was in a kebab shop in Lanzarote before, and I actually heard 2 English people call the Spanish people foreigners.
In Spain.
I was like, okay, I am done here.
Oh, that's probably just a habit.
Yeah, it's just
like it's just a really bad habit. But like
they got into it. Actually, will we go into the time zones since we're on this? Since we're on the Brexit not being bad thing. So one of the casualties of Brexit is the north of Ireland. Now, they did vote to remain in the EU. Only by like not that much. There's like 56%. Considering on how much it would affect them, like that's not a large majority at all.
No, it's not.
No, like, that you thought that you
would have thought that it might be
60-70%.
But I think they probably a large portion of them didn't want to break away from the UK.
Surely they would have said if we vote to remain, the whole of Britain will remain. I don't think a lot of people knew exactly.
So I think it was only Northern Ireland and Scotland, I think, that voted to remain, wasn't it?
Yeah, but like the percentage of people in up the north was like 56% voted, or it could have been 64%, but it wasn't like a giant majority. It was like a good enough majority to say, but it wasn't into the 70s or 80s. So that means like there is a large enough contingent of people in the north that when they vote for Brexit, they either didn't know what they were voting for, or didn't realise the impact it would have on the north, which is you are retarded. I know I shouldn't be using that word.
You've used that word a lot today.
Yeah, it's explicit. Don't worry. I think we can say the word. But yeah. What could happen is because there's this kind of it's going through the Dáil right now.
And it's gone through Europe. It's been passed in Europe.
It's been passed in Europe, but then I think other countries can now have to vote to ratify it.
Oh, you have to kind of opt in.
Yeah, well, yeah. So they've passed it. They said we all agree it's a good idea. So then it goes to like the individual countries, and where they have to go through the Shannon. And then it goes into the Dáil, and then we agree if Ireland should go take part in this. Now, if it was to change 2 different time zones, which it might do, this is like one of the big casualties of it.
Yeah, it's a bit mental.
Like if you lived in Laois and Newry, for instance, literally 2 minutes down the road from you, it would be a full hour in the difference.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy. Like
it's a bit weird. Like where I think the House of Commons, because they were still in Conor Britain when they had this vote, so they did vote on themselves, and they said no, we like changing our clocks.
I think that there's is it the Minister for, I don't know, their Minister for Foreign Affairs or whatever is like actually trying to push that they if Europe doesn't change the clocks, they're not going to.
Yeah,
they're trying to push it, like, but at the minute Britain's kind of like, nah, we're gonna do it.
Well, like they're already like for Britain, as in terms of like the island of Britain, it wouldn't really affect them too much because
there's
already slight time. There's like I think there's about 2 hours, an hour difference, if like between Spain and Germany. Like they're already like there's
between mainland Europe and Britain. Like,
so
there's like
if the clocks went forward. But didn't go forward. It's only be an extra hour. When they go back, they'll only regain the hour.
Yeah.
Depends which time zone.
The only problem would be between Northern Ireland and the Republic.
Yeah, where it could be an hour in the difference in space.
Between Belfast and Dublin. It's like an hour in the time difference.
But like that wouldn't be a giant problem. I don't see that like...
Well, I kind of would.
Like, the only thing is, let's say you're getting your hair cut in Newry at 9 o'clock and you lived in Laois. Let's say like you're one of these border towns.
Yeah, or what if you lived in one place and you worked in the other place? Like, and then you're like,
you have to.
Am I going in on their time or my time?
You'd probably go in on their time. So 9 o'clock is 9 o'clock to them.
Yeah.
So you'd have to come. You have to leave your house at. You'd have to be there for 8 o'clock your time. So you'd have to calculate whatever time by an hour backwards.
Yeah.
Or forwards.
Really fucking annoying.
It would be slightly annoying, but like
not slightly. It'd be really fucking annoying.
like I don't think it would affect it too much.
It wouldn't affect the rest of us, but people that were living and working around the border would get really pissed.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like definitely.
But like I think more and more problems you push on the north. They're like, oh, this is easier if we were part of Europe, and they go, fuck it, we'll have a vote on the rejoin and stay in Europe.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll ever happen.
You'd have to, like, in terms of Brexit would have to go horribly wrong, and Northern Ireland be affected objectively.
Yeah, it'd have to be like really, really fucked. Like,
yeah, exactly. Because I think the majority of people still want to remain in Europe, but if if they don't see any difference between being in Europe and being out of Europe, then they're just going to continue to be out of Europe.
Yeah.
And in terms of like, for benefit of Europe, it's better for the economies of both the UK and Europe for that to continue like that, to pretend like nothing happened. Because if you more roadblocks you put up for people in Britain,
the bigger
trade
pile of shit.
Yeah, exactly. You're causing for both like yourselves and kind of the UK. So like I don't know if like if we'll see that damaging effects. Like I think over long term they will, their economy will grow less as it did.
It'll grow slower.
Go slightly slower.
I don't know if it's going to have a drastic kind of hit straight away.
No,
definitely.
In terms of the stock market, that's always affected by sudden changes. So the day that they leave, especially even if it is the deal.
But
now,
actually, day to day, normal people living in the country, they're not going to really notice.
No,
too much of a
see, the
difference.
only way there would be a difference is if. So one of the big problems the EU are trying to protect against is, in order to make your own deals with other countries, that means changing the deals that
already
the
exist.
EU have with, let's say, like America. So right now we don't import any meat or products off the United States because they have chlorinated chicken.
Yeah. And
they have hormone grown beef.
Yeah.
Which is banned in Europe. Whereas UK could bring that chlorinated chicken and the hormone grown beef, as well as a lot of medications that are currently banned from the US over. And what the US would want would it not be labelled any different than UK brands or UK stuff. So I won't say made in the USA, or I won't say this chicken contains chlorinated chicken.
Yeah.
So you won't know you're buying chlorinated chicken for one in supermarkets, and you won't know your beef has come from the US, and you won't know the drugs that you're buying are banned in Europe. So if there wasn't a border between like north and south, or there wasn't any checks, then that chlorinated chicken could work its way into the EU, into Ireland, into EU. Same with the medication. So that's the only kind of scare thing. If the US do a deal with likes of the UK, that's chlorinated chicken or products that are banned in the EU from the US, then there would have to be checks in Ireland. There would have to be.
Aren't they saying though that the border is going to actually be in the Irish Sea? Like it'll have to be checked. Stuff that's going into Northern Ireland, that from America, can't actually go from America to Northern Ireland. It'll have to go from America to mainland Britain and then back to Northern Ireland.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to get checked in. The stuff that has to go to Northern Ireland has to be okay for Europe, even though they're outside of Europe.
Yeah, exactly. So all the chicken would go from.
To say Scotland, and then in Scotland they'd be like, nah, that can't go to Northern Ireland.
Yeah, exactly. And same thing, like anything going from Northern Ireland to England would be under the same checks, vice versa. So any agreements that
they'd be like, oh, that's washed in chlorine, that's fine.
Yeah, it's grand. We literally have no more standards. You can bring anything in here, in off the boat, So that'd be the only thing. But in terms of crossing the border, in terms of a border being in place or soldiers that obviously be like a huge black eye for like peace in Europe as well as like the Good Friday Agreement. So no one wants that
it
part.
just caused a whole pile of shit.
Yeah, so in terms of like being able to cross over, I don't think we would notice any different. Obviously, the time zone would be different. Yeah, and you'd be like, you are going into Europe.
I wonder, would your phone automatically change?
They did it already.
Yeah, but like, you know, like if you were like, if there's 2 time zones on Ireland, like on the island, like would it?
Oh yeah, it would, because same difference.
That'd be really fucking annoying.
Your phone tracks your GPS, so it knows what time zone it is in the area.
Yeah.
I
don't like that.
Realistically, it wouldn't affect you. You might have to bring like you wouldn't have to bring a passport to the border.
No, you wouldn't have to bring a passport. You're staying on the island, like.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Kick you back the 3 feet you're after walking over?
But no, the idea their red lines is to stop free movement of people, goods, and so the whole thing was take back our borders, take back control, take back whatever. So one of the things what would be like, if you want to go into Britain, you'd have to have a visa to go into like the UK.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that would work for, let's say, if you land in Ireland.
But
you're Spanish.
you've never with oh yeah, well if you're Spanish and stuff, yeah. But like between Ireland and Britain, I don't think you've ever needed a visa.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe if you have an Irish passport,
because that's what they were saying. They're saying that it'll go back to just being pre-Euro, like pre-Europe.
Yeah, so like I'll say, UK and Irish passports go this way.
Left, everybody else go right.
Yeah, that'll be okay for us. Once we're not affected.
Yeah, once we're not affected, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, so that was Shite Talk's Brexit coverage, everybody. You're now up to date on all your Brexit needs.
We should have a Brexit guest on.
I've actually tried to get people to talk about Brexit on, and apparently no one wants to talk to a show called Shite Talk Podcast Show.
I wonder why.
About a serious debate on Brexit.
Don't tell them what it's called.
I've tried that as well, right? But they do ask. Go, oh right, yeah, we're really interested in coming on your show. What's the name of it?
The Talk Podcast Show.
Yeah. And then the thing I think the last story, because we're coming up on our hour. What we'll talk about is a whiskey that sold for 1.7 million euros, which is an incredible amount of money.
And like I really thought the one that is in Dublin Airport was like 15 grand was like a lot, but like earlier you're like, no, that's standard. That's reasonable.
That's a 30. Well, I've heard of one going for like 10 grand, but that would be like a 30-year whiskey. It might be in certain.
Like, who the fuck is spending 10? Well, who the fuck is spending what 1.7 million?
Yeah,
on a bottle of whiskey.
Obviously, some.
Was it at least a litre bottle?
Well, I wouldn't even know, because like this one was made in 1962. For if you wanted a shot of whiskey, this one would cost you over 900,000.
Like, that's crazy
per shot of whiskey.
That's ridiculous.
It was like I said, it was made in 1962. It was aged for 60 years before being bottled.
That is just mental.
Like, it's insane. It's insane amount of money, but like there are people that pay up to like into the like thousands for like I remember I was looking at whiskeys like on O'Brien's, and they have like a 500 euro bottle of like a Jameson. But like if you had like a really rare like a 1920s Jameson, that would, like, especially if it was around the time of like independence, or there's a time where Irish whiskey was like on its last legs. It was just about to go extinct, and the 4 big families. Don't ask me. I know Jameson, Murphy's is one.
Murphy's.
Yeah.
Probably Powers.
Powers is one. They all met in the family James's house for agreement in order to try to work together and rescue Irish whiskey as a whole. And they came up with like some Irish whiskey company.
Is that where like the rules, like the standard came from?
Yeah, exactly. So they could actually then work together in terms of exporting it to like the US, around Europe. as a like a profitable commodity. So like that's where
That worked.
That it made like into like a pretty
Yeah.
reasonable business for them. So if you had a whiskey that dated back to around then, like that'd be pretty big.
That'd be massive. Like,
Yeah, if you had one that was like when Irish whiskey was at its lowest, or one that was on the date that the Irish Whiskey Company was founded, then you'd have then it'd be. But 1.7 million is like incredible.
Like, what do you do with a bottle of whiskey
like,
that you've paid 1.7 million
for? You're not going to drink that. There's no way in hell you're going to drink that.
Like, what do you do with it?
Do you wait till like maybe your kids are getting married and like have a whiskey with your son?
Like, I don't know. But like, I don't know. You're supposed to drink, like when you open a bottle of whiskey, you're supposed to drink it within 6 months.
Yeah. So like as soon as you open it,
you open that thing, you're gonna have to drink 1.7 million within 6 months.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you're going. So you're like, we're gonna drink this bottle tonight.
Yeah. you're like, getting married. We're gonna get fucked up.
We're gonna get fucked up on this fucking really expensive whiskey. Yeah, because it can't sit there. Like, let's say you had it in a bar and you're like, oh, let's just sell it per shot.
Yeah, because you can't let it oxidate.
No, unless you had it in like a seal tie. As soon as you open it, then you put it back into like. Yeah. It's all it's going to do is gather dust and be like that. 1.7
there you
million.
go, 1.7 million. That's what we paid for that.
Let's see that bottle there, 1.7 million.
Yeah. That could have been a nice house.
That could have been like kids going to college.
Yeah, like how rich is that guy?
Pretty rich, I'd say. I wouldn't say like this unless it was an investment, because like that won't devalue unless he opens it.
Will it increase?
Probably. It like
surely it would increase.
The longer it will always be a 60 age.
Yeah, it'll always be a 60-year-old bottle. Yeah,
bottle because once it gets bottled, it's kind of like
it stops aging.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't go out and over that, but like the rarity of it
should go up.
Yeah, and the fact that it was made in like 1962, in another 30 years time, that's going to be more rare than it is now.
Yeah.
So like when that bottle reaches over 100 years old, then you're...
It's probably the last bottle then.
Yeah, but like then are people going to be paying... Like, people probably will pay it. There's probably...
Imagine you dropped it. Imagine like your fucking kid was fucking around and dropped it.
Yeah, exactly. No, we used to do it when we were younger. We used to like pour water into the bottles to get back up to the level.
Oh, like rub it and then pour water.
Yeah, exactly. Just so like you don't get trouble for stealing your parents' drink. Imagine someone like didn't know what the fuck they were doing and like, it's like, oh yeah, there's a bit of whiskey here.
Yeah.
He doesn't even drink whiskey. I've never seen him drinking whiskey.
Like,
but I'm sure like that bottle's probably kept in a
like some kid would be like, gosh, that bottle's been sitting there for like 10 years. Like, we can drink some of that. My dad will never notice.
Never know, man. He's like that bottle's 1.7 million.
Yeah, not
he probably has a cellar. Like you probably have a whiskey cellar if you ever pay that much, you probably have a wine cellar or a whiskey cellar, and like
more than likely.
Yeah, but still, there's a black.
But surely there'd be a party that'd be like, I want to taste it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and you're like, no, this is gonna happen. I've predetermined when I'm gonna drink this.
Yeah, like you'd be like, no.
Maybe he buys it. Like first thing he does is just drink it.
I don't know.
I don't know. To me, like to us, like 1.7 million is a phenomenal.
That guy is probably like pocket change.
Yeah, it's probably pocket change, or else he thinks that as an investment they can sell off in a few years' time. So like that 1.7 million might get him. Like 10 million in a few years time.
Like 40, 50 years when it's 100 years old.
So you might be looking at that. But to me, if I was paying that much money, I'd want to drink it.
Yeah. If you're paying that much money.
Maybe drink's the first thing.
If I buy a bottle of Jameson that's like €20, I want to drink the fucking thing.
You're doing well to find a bottle of Jameson worth €20.
Most times €20.
Oh yeah, I guess
20 to 27.
I was like, to me, like,
I work in a shop.
To me, like, if I look at like a 12-year-old whiskey, I'm like, ooh, 12-year-old. I'm splashing out.
Yeah, splashing out. Fancy.
A 15-year-old is like kind of standardish. That's an all right bottle of whiskey. €20 is a little bit special. 60 years like
60 years are crazy.
Yeah, but
I have well, my dad has a bottle of Middleton. You know, like Middleton, very rare. Like it's like 180 quid a bottle or something.
That's the standard price for Middleton.
Like I said to him, I was like, "Where did this come from?" He's like,
Middleton.
"I don't fucking know. I didn't buy it."
Mead.
I was like, Yeah, but like I was like, how did you get the
I
bottle?
mean,
Like,
it comes from the West.
yeah, it's like
I think
don't know where it ever came from though. Like this bottle just appeared in my house.
Middleton factory. Yeah, but like Middleton generally is like quite expensive for it. It's like
Yeah, it's crazy.
most bottles are. Yeah, you can get really. That's another bottle that like will shoot fucking up at the like for.
Yeah, like the label's like fucking handwritten.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Yeah,
probably,
like it's ridiculous. Like
Yeah. I do like it was a Scotch whiskey, wasn't it? Irish whiskey that sold for 1.7. But like I do like a nice bottle of Scotch. But like I think the most I'd ever pay for one is like over 100 quid. A little bit over 100 quid I'd pay
100
for.
quid.
Yeah. For a good bottle of so that you're gonna have
Like
there.
some serious Johnny Walker shit going on.
Yeah, some nice Bushmills or like a nice
Bushmills is from Northern Ireland. That's not Scotch.
It's Irish whiskey. Well, Bushmills in terms of whiskey, like a nice bottle of either Irish or with Scotch.
Yeah.
Ben Fidgic or Fidgic.
I like Jack.
I like this crap.
Yeah, I just like Jack.
You don't enter a conversation about expensive whiskies and start talking about American
You can get
whiskey.
expensive ones. You can get like just the Frank's natural blend.
Yeah,
That's like $150 a bottle.
Yeah, US whiskey. Spit. Spit in the face of the US.
Well, in fairness, there's some Irish whiskey that's muck.
Yeah, there is.
We won't name a brand, but
Yeah,
everybody knows the brand we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
It's made by Bushmills,
Yeah.
not called Bushmills.
No, it's not called Bushmills. It's like the gone off Bushmills stuff that isn't good enough to their standards.
Yeah.
It's getting bottled in.
Tastes like piss.
This stupid green.
Have
bottle.
you tried that?
No, I won't either.
No, it's terrible.
Is it? It's pretty bad.
It's awful.
Oh well, yeah. I'm surprised, but like Bushmills is like a reputable brand.
Yeah, Bushmills is good, but I think Bushmills is okay, but it is literally like the shit that they wouldn't put in a bottle.
Yeah, they're like.
It doesn't taste like it's aged correctly or something. Like
Well, it's very new. Like Bushmills could had a few barrels there and said, okay, we'll sell you these barrels.
Yeah,
They've
there
aged.
you go.
They have to age for 7 years in Europe. That's a rule. So that's another standard that like the UK could try bring in, and have like US whiskies that wouldn't make it to wouldn't make it to kind of like the table for like European consumption. Has to be 7 years to try to force on the UK market. Also hurting the Scots.
Yeah, poor old Scots. Johnny Walker's good though. I like Johnny Walker as well.
Yeah.
Johnny Walker's a decent whiskey.
Yeah. Johnny Walker's that's pretty good whiskey. Scotch is nice, like, but like, yeah. I think I think before we end up like breaking out a bottle of whiskey, we should probably end it there now. So yeah, 116 episode in the bag, Ken.
Yeah, not too bad.
Kind
Like
of a
third one.
Yeah, kind of Halloween special.
Halloween special,
Yeah.
random shite.
Yeah, as usual. We'll be back next Thursday with another episode. Talk to you all then.
Shut up and sit down.